of Ian is a weirdo. So I have not been productive in crocheting pretty much at all in the past like 2 weeks or so. And yeah, so I need to be, and I've got things I need to do, and I also just uh, figured that I could come on here and hang out. Last time I was on, last time I was streaming, I was doing my birthday party, the birthday bash, which was really, really fun. If you were able to come, that was a good time. Scotty is here. And if you weren't able to make it, I would definitely, especially once it's like an hour into the hey Rachel, if you weren't able to make it and you want to rewatch it, it was pretty much an hour in that I had Crystal and Zach come up on the panel, maybe an hour and a half in. And we started playing some games. So if you do want to see what you missed during that, that that would be. I would recommend it. I would think it was a lot of fun. So I am working on pattern testing for winter, and I really need to get some work done on it. I can't show the pattern, but I've been meaning to get more done than I could. Oh, I totally understand, Rachel. I appreciate you you being there at all. It means a lot. But if you want to rewatch it, I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope it was just as much fun for people who were watching it from the chat. And maybe we can do something not necessarily like to that full extent, because it was very long. Like it was, I streamed for I think 5 hours, and then I think I was online for maybe like an hour or two after that. It was so freaking long, and so yeah. I don't know if that length of time is what I want, but it was still really it was still a good time. Okay, so 8. So what I'm doing for winter's design is it's a overlay mosaic pattern, and I'm using these two colors. I'm using black, and then I'm using this rainbow yarn. It's actually called Premier Basics Mosaic, just because of how they have the yarn. So it's very pretty rainbow yarn. It's a little splitty, but it's not the end of the world. And I've been using that to create some high contrast stuff. I don't know. My brain's like, nope. My brain's been pretty fried lately, trying to work through it, but some days are better than others. So, tis what it is. But I wanted to show that I've actually been working on this, which means I need to actually work on this. I've been doing a little bit, but with mosaic, it's because you're basically going a single crochet length or height at a time. It doesn't look like a lot of progress necessarily. So I wanted to show that I'm actually doing something with this. How are you doing, Rachel, though? I didn't ask how you were doing. That's very rude of me. I apologize. Okay, I'm feeling fried too. Maybe it's just something in the air. That's the season. I don't know. Usually I feel like so invigorated by this time of of the year, and I feel like right now I'm just like, oh, run down, freaking run down. We're getting to our last couple days before Halloween, which is crazy that we are getting there already. Um, I definitely did the wrong number there. Okay. 3. If I look like this, it's because I'm reading the pattern and I'm counting how many like single crochets or double crochets or whatever I need. Struggling the last couple weeks, but I'm trying to get better. Yeah, it's I don't it's a very like just tough, exhausting time right now, and I'm sorry you're going through that, but hopefully it'll get a little bit better. Um, I've been I've been trying to do like some things that kind of are breaking me out of my norm a little bit, which has been good, and that's been fun. I have been watching like baseball more because the LA Dodgers are in the World Series, so I've been watching that, and so they have a game tonight. It starts in like 30 minutes, and then I've been I had my follow up appointment for my surgery today, and so it's like an hour there, an hour back on the bus, and so I was reading comic books the whole time on my phone, and that was really really fun on the Hoopla app. I feel like I'm like they should just sponsor me, like because I talk about them so much. I talk about that app more than I talk about literally anything else in my life, um, and I love it so much. Scotty's right there. So, in other super fun news, Scotty has come down with some fleas. I think I've killed a lot of them, and we're doing a bunch of brushes and a bunch of cleaning and a bunch of steaming and sprays and stuff. Oh my gosh, never ending. Um, so that's been part of the reason why I haven't been doing as much, because I just like a lot of my day for the past couple days has been just like getting the fleas out, like actually getting them dead and then out. Um, and so that has been annoying and gross. It's 9. Uh, so I've never had a pet have fleas before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, maybe I have 6, 7. Has a collar. Yeah, see, I didn't get the collar. I hey Ivy, welcome in. I put the drops on him monthly, the drops between his shoulder blades, and even then he still kind of gets to it. But I've been good for the past couple months, so a lot of them were dying pretty quickly, anyways. But I pushed his dose up this month, and then it was just like I went like full burn on on the uh, on just like everything. I was like, I'm getting these because I was reading about how bad they can get, and I was like, no, no. And I felt so bad. He was scratching so much, and I thought like maybe he just had like he maybe just had like sensitive skin or like something was going on with his skin, but that's not what was happening, unfortunately. So luckily, me living in a small space, it in theory means that things should be a little bit easier to get under control. In my brain, that's what I'm telling myself, but I am like every day we're doing a lot. So I don't know. And I really wanted to. There's been a couple things that I like have wanted to do, but it's just like with that kind of happening and me not anticipating it, um, I felt like I needed to focus on other stuff. Um, but I really wanted to do Sam's Lollipop from the movie Trick or Treat. I thought that would be really cool to do. Um, and uh, also, um, so keeps you have yes, exactly. I mean, like there's so many bugs here in LA too. It's crazy, and there's a lot of street cats here, and I love cats, and it's really hard for me to not pet a cat, but I'm like, I can't pet you because I do not know what you have, and I do not want to give anything to my precious little cat here. But yeah, I yeah, you gotta protect them. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So I don't know how to like. Basically, what I'm doing with this is I'm doing something really similar to what I did with my bags, my that I made for Halloween, where I'm creating the bottom. I chained up and then I worked um, the stitches in kind of a round so that I could get started in working the mosaic crochet in a round where the end ends up looking like this, where you have your typical mosaic crochet kind of stitches inside, but you can see on the outside what you're looking for. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna make like a pillowcase is what I'm going for with the design that Winter had. Now Winter is designing a blanket, and I thought it would be cool. Like they had split it up into small sections of repeats, and then they had a couple bigger sections. And I kind of told him I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to commit to a blanket like ever in my life. I'm not that kind of person. Like it's just not me. Um, but they were like, well, you could do some smaller sections, and so I picked two smaller sections, and I'm going to do one as the front section, front of um, the pillow, and one as the back section. Um, so that's what I'm working on right now, and I'm hoping it will be cool looking. I really like how pretty the rainbow yarn is. Um, you can see like right there how it ends up looking, but I just don't know if I'm loving it. It's so, I mean, like when I like zoom back, I feel like I can kind of get like the vibe a little bit more, but it's still a little bit busy for me. Doesn't mean it's bad, it's a little busy. Are you doing anything? So I know you have. So I know you had your costume for your photo shoot, Rachel, and I'm trying to remember because I think I remember asking you what you were going to be doing for Halloween, but I'm not quite sure I remember what you said. Would you mind, if you have plans, would you mind telling me again? I'm sorry, my brain is so fried and like frazzled and foggy right now. It's just like, that's what I have to say about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, so I've been talking to Crystal about it because Halloween has been so fun. It's been really such a stretch. Like, speaking personally, like Halloween has been a stretch on like putting patterns out, editing videos, promoting those videos, and all of that stuff. It has been such a different like thing for me and my channel. Like, everything, like I think I put more videos, like more tutorials out for Halloween than I've put out my like pretty much my entire time on YouTube. That's not true, because I do have, I guess, quite a few, but like really, really spread out. They're definitely not my common thing, or they weren't, and I found myself really liking them, but now I'm to the point where I'm like, I hate them again because it's so much work to record and put together a video of these tutorials. And not only that, but just like the whole process is so intensive, that I feel like I really just burnt myself out. And like now I'm just like I the thought of like doing another video like it just makes me crazy. But I do have this one video that I want to put up. So I have to redo parts of it, and I hope that it will work, because I did this in a 4 millimeter hook, and I think it needs to be in a 5 so that I can fit the marbles in it like I had planned. But this is supposed to be a candy fidget toy, and like the fidgets inside were supposed to be marbles, and I got flat back marbles to fit in there, but because of the hook size I used, it's too small to fit the marbles in there. So I just had some of those, like, when um those like gemstone like chips and stuff that you can get from like fucking whatever. I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to say. But I had some like smaller ones that were smooth that go through the channel of the spiral. So this has 2 stones in it right now, and you can play with it. It's a little bit difficult to play with, and then but it looks like a piece of candy, and then you can fidget with it. So I think I'm gonna make it with a 5 millimeter. I might even bump it up to 5.5 just to be like, I just went for it. But I thought that this could be like a nice little fidget toy to play with, and I was pretty bummed out when I couldn't get those candies, or not candies, when I couldn't get those um, marbles to fit, because I thought that this would be a good fidget. And you could definitely make it without the little candy wrapper. The candy wrapper for me was just something that kind of identified it more as a candy. Although in my trial that I did, I felt like my wrapper looked a lot better. But I haven't looked at it in like a couple months. It is fun though. And this is just from scrap, so you really don't need much yarn at all for it. I'll probably do the other one in 2 colors, as that's how I basically wrote the pattern to be in 2 colors, so that it would be a little bit easier to see the spiral. But for showing you how to do this itself, it was a little bit easier to do in the 4 colors, because then I could really, make it clear which color I was going with. So this is what I made. It is a very fast project. Like I basically recorded the whole thing, and I think I got the whole project in like under an hour. Like maybe half that even. I mean, granted, you have to like make 2 of this piece. You have to make 2 of them, so you can do a front and a back, and then you have to make 2 of the candy wrappers. But okay, so let us see where we are. I believe we're on row 9. So that's one thing. It would be really nice to be able to get that out before the end of the month, but that is in 2 days. So who knows at this point. That's okay. No worries. It's all good. I was just talking about how I made, and I'm going to have to remake because I don't like the hook size, because it didn't make what I wanted it to make. It doesn't look like I wanted it to look, but I made a candy fidget toy where the fidget kind of goes around in a spiral, but I made it in too small of a hook size, and it's just not doing what I need it to do. But I'm hoping that if I up the hook size and just put that at the beginning of the tutorial, then it's good enough. Because I don't want to have to, like, I'll have to remake the whole thing, but I don't want to have to re-record making the whole thing, and then I have to edit the video and everything, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's see. This is 34. Minus 8. 34 minus 8. It's 26 plus 1, 27. Okay. Elderly custodian here working today, and he requires a lot of attention sometimes. Yeah. Is this the same custodian that had that issue, I think, last time I heard about him, or is this a different person? Because you said you're a lot younger than a lot of the people you work with, right? At first, I read you have an elderly Canadian there, and I was like, okay. I have an elderly Canadian here. I got new vape juice. I had stopped smoking for my surgery and had kind of planned on not smoking afterwards, but I wanted to go back. Everyone is 50 and up. Mm-hmm. There's one person. But yeah, after like not doing it at all, I just kind of wasn't really. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have a reason for like restarting. I just wanted to, so I did. Which is a really cool story. Like it would have been easier just to stop once I had stopped, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I didn't. Yeah, I saw something like wild where like this person who was guess which side of 65 they were, where they were like no, someone had said something like like no one should retire, like people should basically, it was like basically like people should work till they die, like retirement at 65 doesn't make sense, or um like and it's like basically saying that like people shouldn't expect retirement. Like, you like get, and this person, like I said, guess which side of 65 this person is. And I just was like, that's outrageous, like to expect people to like, I'm sorry, are you serious? And it's not like, I'm not saying that like you can't be older and work, like some people can, but like it, oh no, you're totally welcome, Annie. Welcome in. No, but it's like to say that like everyone should be expected to work past 65, and like retirement is like a illusion that people shouldn't be able to, like people shouldn't be able to reach retirement because it's whatever to someone. I'm like, that person is an asshole. That's my opinion on that person. So oh, I have to do some Nightbot stuff. Again, sorry, I have to like stare at the screen like this because it takes me a while to find my place. Yeah, I'm not sure where Zach is. She like cannot control. Oh no, left his trash in the dumpster. Yeah, it's like when you can't do the physical part of the job, the physical, mental, like whatever you have to do. If you can't perform the job function at any age, then it's a job that you can't do. That's kind of the definition of, you know, of like disability, right? It's like you can't do the job. And then disability for like all jobs would be you can't do any job. So it's like if you can't do what is entitled for that job, um, then you know it's it's tough, and it's tough on everyone around you. Like, I mean, I guess I'm in a specific situation where it's like I can't work, period. So imagining being 86 and having to work is tough, right? Like that would be that's hard for me to imagine because I'm 34 now, and that and working well, pretty much any job routinely, actually all jobs routinely, is not possible for me, hence disability. um, so and okie dokie. Off a walker. I knew it took me a month to do it. Walking fine now. Well, that's good. That's good that she's walking fine now. It's like if it's a mobility aid that she needs, then that's one thing. But if it's you can help her get around and be more mobile, um, and she doesn't need to use the walker, that's good. Something about I maybe it's because I don't have my ADHD meds, but it's so hard to follow this this pattern and keep track. I keep having to like it's taking me like 8 times as long to like to continue to find the place where I need to be in the pattern, because for like it's basically just a huge graph. Um, so I keep on having to like look at the graph, and I have to look over and over again. Wants to be independent, anyways. Yeah, I mean, I think most of us, that's kind of the ideal situation, is to be independent as long as possible. It's really hard to lose your independence, to any degree, right? But for this job, he's too old. He didn't know. Okay, let me find it. Ugh, I hate this restream sometimes. Can't just scroll up. Stories he told me 30 minutes ago. Hey, that's good. Yeah, who I was the other day. Oh no, memory issues. That's rough. Yeah. Yeah. And just in my opinion about how things should be, which, once again, no one's been asking me for. It's so weird. Um, you know, I, it's if those types of uh, things are popping up at work, is working really helping? I mean, there is some evidence of like continuing to do stuff, continuing to be functional does help, you know, slow down memory loss, but at the same time, it's like, are you also doing more damage by it? You know, That's tough. Not only to the person, but to the people who are working with them, you know. Okay, so let's do some math together. 86 minus 60, so 26 plus 1, 27, which is what matches what we have on the other side. Annie, you crochet, right? I wouldn't want to just stop doing things and stop working when I got older either. Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah. And that's everyone's prerogative, you know, and how they choose to live out their life, right? So, hey, hey, Amy, I'm working on a pattern. I'm pattern testing for winter. They put a blanket tester call up, and so theirs is like it's multiple like smaller repeats and then a couple bigger sections. Bunny Amy, oh, that's so cute. Um, but I told them I was like, I don't do blankets. I wish I could help. And they were like, oh, you can do the smaller parts, or like some of the smaller parts. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a pillowcase, and I'm doing one, the front is going to be one of the smaller repeats and the back is going to be another small repeat section. So I'm using black yarn and I'm using this color, which is super pretty. This is Premier Basics, appropriately named Mosaic. This is in the color Prism. And it's very pretty. It does split a little bit because it's not plied super tightly. It's kind of this like marled double rainbow situation, but it's very pretty and it's very soft and squishy. So if you're looking for a pretty rainbow color, this is one. So this is what it looks like worked up, and these are some doubles right here. Every time I see it, I think of those pencils that you sharpen, and they have like multiple colors. When you color, it's like a bunch of colors at once. Um, yeah, it's super pretty. I don't use Premiere Basics often at all. This is the first Premiere Basics I've used in years, I think. I did use another Mosaic one. I think it was called like Grapevine or something. Um, but this one's super pretty. Two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Amy, I did see clips of your interview on that podcast. It looked great. How was that? Hey, Chris, welcome in. Also, if you're like, what's up with your brain today? My brain's just like foggy and all over the place today, so I'm just trying to keep up. But right now, it's just like we're barely going. We're barely going. I think that's part of the reason why it's been harder for me to crochet lately. It's so messy, messy up top. I did see, and I think it's still going on. I did see that Hirschner's is having their 31-cent shipping sale. So if you like Hirschner's yarn, um, then you can get some yarn from there. I also noticed they were out of a lot, so I was looking at some yarn to make some Dodger stuff. And they were out of a lot of the blues, a lot of the value yarn blues. Um, you're doing another one in December? Oh, that's so awesome. That's great. They were out of a lot of the blues because if you're not watching the World Series, the Blue Jays are going against the Dodgers, and both of them have blue. So no matter who wins, the color is going to be of people are wanting blue stuff. So if you make sports stuff, this might be. I won't tell you how to live your life, but if you wanted to make some stuff for sports time. Oh, speaking of sports time, the game's been on 10 minutes. Or it's gonna start soon. I haven't watched really any baseball in my entire life, but I like because so last year the Dodgers won the World Series, and like the whole city just freaked the fuck out. And like if you saw like the bus on fire, like the metro bus on fire, that's like where I was living like last December. Like, granted, the fire was like before I moved to LA, but like so that's like I'm very close to Dodger Stadium. I was closer at my old when I lived at the Soper Living, but because I was like really close, but I'm still fairly close, and um, so it was just cool to kind of get caught up and not and I it had chilled out quite a bit by the time I got to LA. But I've never been in a city where like sports were such an integral part of like the culture of the city. So it's been cool to get a little bit more into that. Now the thing is, LA has so many sports teams, and I don't really follow any sports. So for some reason, baseball has been the one that I um, decided to get into, and that's what I've been watching, and it's actually been really fun. But yeah, so if you are following the World Series, or you know someone who does follow the World Series, and you're looking for blue yarn, um, get some at Hirschner's while you can, because it's selling out. Eat. Yeah, it's been fun because like this is what I understand of it is that like basically everyone is rooting for the Blue Jays except people who live in LA. Like people who live in LA are for the Dodgers and like not exclusively, but then like everyone else is for the Blue Jays, like in the country and also or in North America, I should say, because the like Toronto Blue Jays. Um, and but also you have this player on the Dodgers, uh, Otani, who is like everyone's starting to see him or has seen him as like this like once in a lifetime, once in a generation, once in 100 year like talent as both a batter and a pitcher. Um, so people are really excited about him playing. So that's me catching you up on the World Series. They are currently tied 2-2. This is game 5. Um, it's been really fun to watch. The was it game 3? So had 18 innings. It lasted 6 fucking hours. It lasted 6. They went almost like I think they went 10 innings without anyone scoring. It was so fucking boring. I was like, this sucks. It so apparently that tied for the longest game in World Series history. It was long as fuck. 18 innings is a long ass baseball game. So yeah. So that's what has been happening this. Okay, let's see. I'm moving on to the second pattern. It's like you feel like you're like, oh, I did so much. I just like finished a row and it was so fast, and then you realize it was just basically in single crochets and it's really slow. Whatever. But like, so I know I like hockey. I mean that's something, but I never like watched it. Thanks, Kim. I appreciate that. Hey, Lori, welcome in. Have you been thinking about dyeing your hair a different color? If so, what color? Actually, Rachel, I have been thinking about dyeing it a different color. Usually, what I'll do is um, I will get the tubes of dye that I use, and I will use them to the end. And then once I'm done with that, I will move on to the next color. And this is my last round of these colors, and I'm not sure what color I'm going to do next. I was thinking maybe of like black and orange, like going black here. And hey, Michael, welcome in. Hey, Bridget, welcome in. You're almost done with my bingo. Nice. That's fun. I meant to tell you, but that center square is inspired 100% by you. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I know we'll talk about it later. But I was like, I tried in my head, but then I did get distracted. 100% did get distracted. So, but that's definitely inspired by you doing such amazing shout outs for people and spreading the love on YouTube. That's definitely um, uh, from you. So I'm glad you're liking it so far. That makes me really happy. I should send something out uh, to remind people. Thank you for that. My first thought was black. Yeah, the thing is, the only issue with black is that it's hard to get out. Thank you. I like this color in my hair too, and it's actually not as hard to maintain as I thought it would be. Um, once I kind of got into the swing of it, I think it was not too bad. Um, but black is hard to dye your hair and get out of your hair. Um, one square, then I'll have a full blackout. Oh my gosh, look at you. Um, and let's see. So I can only do. Oh my gosh, the Blue Jays already have two? What the fuck? This is rude. That's rude. That's so rude. How dare they? Yeah, I like it. I like the two colors. It does. There are some things that are more challenging about having two colors, like how they fade, and everything. Um, Also, so typically when you dye your hair black, you're using uh, you're doing like a at the very least like a demi permanent, which requires some developer. Um, Now my hair is already bleached really really light to get these colors as vibrant as they are. So when you put any kind of developer in it, you are doing at least some level of damage, and you're already lifting the color, even to go something darker like black. Miss having hair. That's what wigs are for. That was my really bad share. That was my really bad share. And just if you didn't see it, just don't find it. Um, and so black is cool, and black is my natural hair color almost. Um, and like my hair is really dark brown, but whenever my hair is really dark brown, if I just let it grow out by itself, I don't really love the color on me. Like I think it would look better black, but I'm still not sure it would look good black. So I don't know. Uh, and then I just love having like ginger and like red hair dye, just like these types of colors work really well on me. Also blues and stuff and greens, I really like those. I had a blue last year that I really liked, but it was impossible to get out of my hair, like impossible. And so I basically had to wait for it to grow out and cut it out. So it really limited my hair colors. So I don't know. It was a good show. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the lie, Chris, because that's a straight up lie. They do. And some like units, I've seen some units that are insane and like borderline unclockable. Ooh, you did drag. I want pictures. I want pictures. I have like two wigs here. I have like a Beyonce like crazy in love wig, and then I think I think a black wig got here somehow, which is rude because like I had my like big like drag white wig. I don't know. Things got packed up very weird when my parents moved me out, but yeah, who knows? Yeah, they make some crazy wigs now. Okay, so 5. So it's probably gonna come down to me going to the store and like just kind of vibing out on the hair colors. I think I'm going to stay away from the neon yellow for right now, just because I had it for like a good year and a half or maybe like a year. And Go-Go Boy. The military never took any pics. You were a little twink? Military twink? Sorry, I can't help it. Yeah, not that I've ever like been in like the body where I like wanted a bunch of pictures, but I also just like there were for me like right now it's like there's a bunch of things where I'm like have like friends and stuff that I didn't take enough pictures with, and I'm just like why was I not taking a bunch of pictures? And I think that like there's a hard line to straddle now where it's like, well, like you can take a bunch of pictures, but like a lot of people take a bunch of pictures of themselves, and I'm not saying anything bad about that because like go like fill your oats, like cool, do you? But like for me, I felt like in my head I was like, I'm not gonna live in the moment if I'm like taking pictures all the time. If I have to stop and like take a picture of something. So my bear lashed on quick. As there, don't ask, don't tell. That rough. Thank you for your service, and I'm sorry that that was in place while you were serving, because yeah, I mean, I've got thoughts, but I hope that the continuation of people in the community serving this country continues to happen because it's important for a lot of reasons. But yeah, but like so it's like, well, I was so like, well, I want to be in the moment, so I don't want to take a bunch of pictures and like stop the moment from happening, to take pictures. But then at the same time, I was like, it's so nice to have pictures to look back on. So I've got to find that medium of you know. Also, I have friends to take pictures of. Embarrassing. Yeah, I think because of my age of transition and like just how like I guess my body is. I just skipped over twink and right into cub territory. just a little hairy person. Whatever. It is what it is. And then place for me personally, the trouble Michael would have gotten into. Bible Belt town to the big city. I've gotten lost exploring. Yep. I am picking up what you are putting down. Picking up what you were putting down. When I think about like I've gotten so much more like nervous in my old age. Um like young me, fearless, would have done anything, would have done too much. And now I'm like, oh no, like how, like it's good that I didn't do some of those things because that could have ended up very badly. So now I'm just like a big old scaredy cat. Oh no, what the fuck? Oh wait, no, it's fine. It just looked weird. I was like, did I thought I thought I did a single crochet in both loops for some weird reason, and um, luckily that was not the case. Lori, I'm assuming you're asking Michael and not me because I was not in the military. Six. Yeah, but I think it also says the states a lot about like about repression and like hiding stuff from where you are from as well. Like if you come from a small town or you come from a like a kind of like don't say gay, don't say whatever like type of place, and then you get released into this place where like all of a sudden people are or seem more accepting and there's more variety and there's all these people and there's all these things to do and all these ways to get in trouble or like whatever, like uh it's it's easy to just be like, you know what, let's go buck wild. I'm sure. Interesting. I heard that that was a navy trope, but I don't know if it's just between um the different um, armed forces that they say that. Kind of fun. Wow. It was sitting there, and I was just like, I was like, Michael's probably answering it, but I was like, well, what if Lori thinks that I'm supposed to? What if I'm supposed to answer it? And like, the only person who doesn't know is me. So cool. They're glad we're on the same. They're on the same page. Neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's such a good argument for why like people just are who they are, and being around certain things, growing up around certain people don't fundamentally change those parts of you, because like you could grow up from where you grew up. I could grow up where I grew up, and like we still turned out flaming as flaming as the day is long, right? And so it's like, you know, it's, you know, as Lady Gaga said, we are born this way. You know, it didn't change anything. So it's like the inverse isn't going to be true. Whereas if you grow up around people who are different, you're not gonna grow up. You know, you might be more accepting, you might be open minded. If you are queer or trans, like you might find out a little bit sooner because you have the vernacular to talk about it. But it's not gonna. It's like it's like if it were true, like we would all be straight, right? Tip usually, like, and yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Seven. Oh, I just can't count. Story of my life. Mm, yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, I mean to be able to witness these, like I can't imagine having spent so much time in the military and to see that overturned. Um, I mean, the only comparison I have, I mean, it still felt like it still was a big deal, but like, I think even, to have it expanded upon with your military service. But like when like I remember when federally, gay marriage was overturned. Like the ban on gay marriage was overturned. It wasn't that long ago. Like I was with my ex when it happened. It's insane um, how much has changed in our lifetimes, and you know we always hope that it continues to go in these good directions of people being more accepting, um, and I think that it says so much about society when we do see these wonderful changes in them. And I think it's easy to get wrapped up in the moment of politicking in the moment, but I hope that um, we continue to see progress in all its forms, because it really is incredible. It really is incredible. You know, um, I was alive for the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, definitely, but I didn't have dogs in the fight. Um, I to my knowledge at that time. First in our county to get hit. Oh my god, you stole it. You stole it. He's so cute. That's so sweet. Oh, that like kind of makes my eyes well up a little bit. It was so special. Yeah, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how far things have come in the past couple decades, and then I guess yeah, 2015 decade. So yeah, I worry too, Lori, and I think if you are paying attention, you're probably worried. But I think that it can be easy to lose hope, and I tried to tell myself that um, that it's okay to have some hope while also practice like grounding myself in, okay, well, what if what I hope does not happen? Yeah, it's legally binding, and if like they were just breaking down same sex marriage, there were so many different aspects of like they really just don't have a leg to stand on to argue against it, but like it, I never thought that they did, um, and it was always seemed like it was grasping at straws, um, to like bend the law. And so I really didn't feel like it was something that was going to hold up forever. Um, but also, so many people tried to do something about it and had an opinion on why it should stay in place. I mean, like, we literally have a bouffanted woman right now who has an opinion about it, who's trying to bring it to the Supreme Court again. Um, and, you know, I, and we have to sit through this bullshit again. So hopefully the law stands, but, it's not nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. And also, I mean, I think that they do open themselves up to some legal ramifications from not doing that, because it doesn't have any, because like marriage is a legal contract, and so if you're going to take away legal privileges from one group of people, you better have a reason to that is justifiable and defensible. And if yours is not defensible because you're upholding law as you were sworn to do as a Supreme Court justice, then like there's going to be some issues. But I, stranger things have gone through that um, specific avenue in the past. Anyways, aren't things messy? Oh wow. Mm, that's amazing. I mean, obviously, I would hate for you to have to uproot your lives to have to maintain um, your citizenship, and I wouldn't, I don't want you to have to do that, but I like that you have a plan, and uh, all that's so stressful, and I think also with health issues and concerns that you have to be considered of, like I just it's ridiculous to put people through that. But sometimes I feel like we don't have good old fashioned fist fights. Just, and maybe I just need to fight someone. You didn't hear anything. No snitches. Also, in case you missed at the beginning, if I'm looking like this, I'm looking at the pattern. I'm not trying to like stare you down or anything. I'm just looking at the pattern. You almost moved there about 25 years ago. Oh, that's cool. I think I would like Canada. I don't truly know that much about things that go on. Like, well, I mean, like, that's such a general, like, weird statement to say. I don't know much about Canada, so. But I'm kind of apathetic about like places. I don't know. Is anyone else like that where they're like, I don't really care about like the place, like the people? That's another thing. Like, I care about the people who are in the place. But yeah, like when people were like, oh my gosh, you went out to LA, I'm like, yep. Like, I just like, I didn't have my people. So I need, want my people. I want my people. I'm going to go like this. Since yesterday morning, tomorrow morning, massive grocery. Oh, that's so great. That's so well. I'm sorry that you haven't been able to sleep. Also, I did hear about. Let me look it up real quick because I want to make sure I say. Okay, so I heard about this program, and this might be something worth checking out, whether you receive benefits or um, whether you are talking to people who do receive benefits. So this is called TFAP. It's the Emergency Food Assistance Program. People can Google it. It's in all 50 states. What I was told, it was in all 50 states, and it is basically because the government buys food from farmers, and then so this is food that's already been purchased by the government, and so the surplus of that goes to this emergency food program. And so there's like meat, cheese, like eggs, things like that. And qualifying for TFAP, I've heard, is easier than qualifying for SNAP. The income level you can make, I think, four times about four. You can make four times the poverty limit. So that might be something worth sharing if you are talking to anyone who is struggling to get food, um, or you yourself are worried about that. Hope that helps. Thank you for doing that. That's really great. Tell Panda I said hello. You can do this wave too. Tell him I did a really great share. Don't give him any context and don't let him see. Just be like, it was a really great share. Why am I like sniffly all of a sudden? It's rude. Cool, great, and they can receive both at the same time. They can yeah, they can receive when Snap comes back, if it comes back, um, that they can receive both. I love when you're starting to get somewhere with a mosaic pattern, and you're starting to see the shapes come into play. It's so satisfying. I can't show you anything, but just imagine that there is. Where's Crystal? I don't know. I sent her a message that if she wanted to come up, she could, but I don't. She hasn't replied, so. Hopefully she can come hang out. Because Zach's MIA and Crystal's MIA. Oh my gosh, I just almost called her Rachel. What the fuck? Why can't it? Why like your names end with L, and that's the only thing that's in common. 2 syllables. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassing. I embarrass myself. Is that in every state? Yes. To my knowledge, it is all, and it's apparently very easy to. So I haven't looked it up myself because I didn't. Because I didn't. How do I turn off AI mode? AI mode. But I heard it was in all 50 states because it's a federal program. So let's see. Yeah. Okay, I'm opening it now. Wow, this is pretty ooh. I'm not gonna read what's at the top of this page. That's pretty I can't even believe what I just read. So it's a federal program that's helps supplement the diets of people with low income by providing them with emergency food assistance at no cost. It also includes District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and U.S. Virgin Islands and Guam. Okay, so eligibility recipients of food for home consumptions must meet statewide income eligibility guidelines. State agencies set these guidelines, which may allow recipients to be income eligible for TEFAP via participation in other existing food, health, or social service programs for which eligibility is based on income. Recipients for prepared meals are presumed to have low income and are not subject to a means test. When I tell you the stuff at the top of this fact sheet, make me angry. Anyways. Yes, so it does say available in all 50 states, District of Columbia, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. So it is outside. It is all of the United States. Man, these motherfuckers trying it. Trying it. Oh. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And I haven't done the application myself. So if anyone goes through that process or knows someone who does, let us know how that goes. Oh, no, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's important that I know too, and I'm not just sharing out information that's not factual. I just no, it's fine. It's there was a very politically driven message at the top, if you can believe it, on a government website. And it's about what you would expect it to be about. And it's messy. Messy. It's messy. So, no, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it is just par for the course for some of these things. So, yeah, cool that I partially got blamed for it. So, and like, I guess like one, like I'm thinking pretty heavily right now, and this is just me thinking out loud, but like I'm thinking pretty heavily about the people that I was in sober living with. So like, if you know me and a bit about my story, you know that I've spent a lot of time in treatment facilities and things like that in the past couple of years because of my mental health, because of my my issues that my physical issues that led to my mental health issues that led me to become disabled. And so in the past year or two, that's where I spent more time in programs that had things like sober livings and stuff like that. Sobriety and like substance abuse is not something that I struggle with. Really, like the mental health aspect is the only component that I focused on in these programs. But I was in them alongside people who are going through substance abuse issues. Usually, substance abuse issues dual diagnosed with mental health issues, which is how they kind of um, mental health has really been leaning to where they have kind of put people in the same track for like health recovery. Um, the past couple years, for better or for worse. There's some positive things about that, and there's some negative things about that. Like, truly, but in so I talk about my sober living that I went to and was in LA, and a lot of the people I was there with were on SNAP benefits. Like that's how they ate, and these are people. A lot of them very young, who are trying to you know end their addiction and get their life back on course. For some of them, it's going to school. Some of them, it's being able to hold down a job, and they're heavily reliant on these benefits to continue their recovery because like I would see them like some of them struggle to get their benefits every month, and like that would push them like a lot of people a lot closer to using than likely they would be if they didn't have to worry about those types of things. And it's hard to say what could have been, but if it's not happening. But I saw it stress people out every single month, and I saw the spiral and the like the mental toll it took on people just in that space. And granted, it was a very concentrated space of people um, uh, who were kind of all going through the same thing. And so I think about times like this. Also, like my most recent sober living was all LGBTQ plus, so it's So not only do we have like this vulnerable group of people because they're in recovery, but also they're vulnerable because they're part of the community. And I read about these benefits, and it, like, in the you know the little sign on the top of the web page, it's blaming people who are mutilating their gender or whatever. Like 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 you're gonna kick these people in the stomach, or and then you're gonna punch them while they're down. Like fuck you. So sorry. Pleasant talks. So, anyways, so I'm just thinking about those people a lot lately um, because a lot of people were struggling with that, um, and I know that there were a lot of people who truly wanted to get clean and rely on these benefits to be one less thing that they have to worry about. And people like, and feeding yourself is such a basic human need. Um, it was hard to watch then. So that's what I have to say about that. If only this fucking stress toy worked, right? If you missed me talking about it, I made this fidget toy, uh, and I thought I made it big enough, but I didn't. It's supposed to have a marble or two marbles that can go and spiral around that you can play with, um, but the hook size that I used, it wasn't big enough, so I'm gonna try to make it in a bigger hook size and see if I can make it work. But Lori, I don't, I'm not mad about it, or I think that's the nature of kind of the world we live in right now. And sometimes you just kind of have to look at it and be like, that's that's what some people are doing. That's the game people are playing, and hope for something better and expect something worse. So yeah, but yeah, this is a little candy. I'm not sure about the little. I don't know about these little wrapper pieces. I wanted them to be kind of uneven and stuff, and I don't know. I think that they kind of look weird, like a maxi pad thing. I wish there was some kind of like clear yarn that would be cool. It'd be cool. Like, I know that there's like iridescent in white yarn, but I didn't have any of that. But it would be cool if there was something clear, right? Can we think about what would make that? And make it like thin enough and thick enough to be like a 4-weight or something? Hmm. Also, coming up soon, I know earlier I talked about patterns and making tutorials and stuff like that, and how making so many of them for Halloween has like really, really burnt me out. Um, and but one that I am planning on making, and I did talk to the pattern writer about, is the person who wrote the packer pattern that I use to make packers to sell on Etsy. So packers are for people who are non-binary, trans masc, trans men, or just like cosplaying. Um, they and it's a prosthetic like bulge in people's pants. I've I was looking for the pattern the other day. I had it in my Google, like shared Google Docs, and it was gone. And so I reached out to them, and I was like, "Hey, like I saw that it was gone. I kind of remember this pattern, and I made over 100 Packers, so like I kind of go from memory most of the time, and then every once in a while I look back at the pattern. So I was like, can I do a video tutorial of what I remember? And he was like, oh, he moved it to a different place. He moved it to a different place. It's still for free. And he was like, but you can definitely do a tutorial on it. So I'm going to do a tutorial on that Packer pattern. And that is something that you can, if you want, you can sell Packers, or you can donate them to like LGBTQ centers, or anything in between that. So he gave me the thumbs up to do that, which I'm super excited about. And I think I'm gonna stop selling made to order Packers, which those are the most consistent things I make on my Etsy by far. But it's too much of a pain in the ass to have. I carry so many colors of cotton that I have on me all the time, so that if a packer order comes in, I can turn it around pretty quickly. But it just doesn't make sense anymore to have them like that, and I can't offer them as cheap as I want to because I have so many colors, and I have to make sure I can get them easily. So it was one thing when like I could just like go over to Joann and get it, um, but it's not nearly as easy. Even with Michaels, they don't stock their cotton as many colors. So has anyone crocheted anything for Halloween? Um, Anything fun? One thing I really also want to make is the cell phone holder that Crystal made, the headstone, the gravestone. That is so cute. It's so cute. Oh my god. So I really want to make that. Uh, I think she had made that right before I had my surgery, so I haven't got a chance to make it yet, but really, really want to. Okay, Dodgers are on the board. It's 2-1 Blue Jays. Tani struck out. I think my boy is tired. So tired. Yeah. Have you made it, Lori? I also know what Crystal's making next, and I'm so excited for you all to see it. It's so cute, and it's super cool. It's super cool. I was not ready for this, which I could say to pretty much anything that Crystal makes, but this is this next one's so cute. I hope she can get it out in time for Halloween, but we'll see. I know for sure I'm going to be making making what she comes out with, but I don't want to put too much pressure on her to edit and put out a video because I know that takes so long. Editing and putting out a video is just it's too much. It's too much. You just watch the pattern. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, I know that a lot of people are putting out patterns right now, and then everyone's trying to rush to do the end of the month or like the end of October Halloween stuff and all of that. So we'll all get to those patterns eventually. I understand. I'm the same way. I was like, that's when I'll get to it. Brenda is redoing your hoodie. What do you mean she's redoing it? Because I like the hoodie poncho with the green yarn, the puzzle yarn. I was really liking the way it looked last time I saw it. I love the puzzle yarn. I think it's got just such a nice like textural look to it. Okay, did my pose the sleeveless hoodie with the green. Okay, she's ripping it out and making it again, but better this time. Ooh, well, I thought it looked great last time, so I think that it's gonna look even better. That's fun. Well, not fun to have to redo it, but like she's motivated to to do it, then sometimes you just need that little bit of motivation. And it's like sometimes it's like I don't know what the case is here, but like sometimes you just like see it and you're like, I know I can do it better, or I want something like tweaked a little bit, and then like that's all you need, and then you have enough motivation to like get it done and everything. Welcome back, Chris. Chris, I don't know why I said your name like that, but it happened. Okay, and Blue Jays are now 3-1. I feel like the Dodgers have not made up for that really, really, really long game. I feel like they are tired. Thank you. I got it at Comic-Con. There was this section that was all like horror and scary stuff. And then there was a shirt, and I was like, that is something that I am getting. Although they did get me with the like shirts are this price, but then this shirt was a different price, but I couldn't. I was already like in the front of the line, and there was only like 3 people online, but I just the pressure, um, the pressure made me not get out of line. But I did like the shirt anyways, so it's fine. It's fine. I should start working on this little one again. Once I get the right hook size, I think it'll be perfect. She's enjoying doing it, wants to make it better now that it's done. Mm-hmm. Half short sleeves, like sleeve clips, whatever. So she wants to do it again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like sleeves, like to get them to relax at the point that like that can be so tricky. So yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Though, when you're like, I know, you can do it better, do it different. So my brain has officially just like run out of things to do to make me seem like a human. Yes, so this, and I have to remake it because I did it in a hook size that I think is too small, and I can't get. I wanted to have 2 marbles in it so that you could use it as a stress toy to push the marbles around. Um, Here I just have like some like little stones in there that are like those like the rock tumbled, like, just like gemstones or whatever. But because I couldn't get the flat marbles to fit, so I'm gonna make this in a bigger size. But it's a little candy and it's a little stress toy, and you can go ahead and push. Hopefully, once I get to the right size hook, you can push the little marbles around. Thank you very much. I filmed doing it this size, and so I just have to film it at the right size, which I think I'm just going to be like, hey, I did this size, it worked. And that's going to be a life for, because I already did the whole tutorial with the other size hook. So I feel like it's not necessary, but who knows? I don't know. It feels like physically painful to make myself film and edit and put together a video at this point. And it's not that dramatic, but like it feels that dramatic at some points where I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really have to do this? I think just because the speed and the like the everything of Halloween has been so intense that I'm just kind of like I'm tired. I'm tired. um, but then also at the same time, I'm like, or we could do something like now that Halloween is coming to a close. It's like, well, we could do something for the holiday season, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? She's enjoying it, so that may, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where like you're just like it just starts picking at you, and you're just like, oh, I need to change this. I need to change it. I totally understand that. Sometimes, yeah, it's the eye of the beholder type thing for sure. But yeah, so I have the pattern written. I know if I had money, if I made money off of this, I would hire editors. And yeah, I get that, but I don't have money to hire an editor, so I'm not monetized even, so I don't make a cent off of YouTube. Um, and yeah, but the whole time I've been thinking, what if I hired an editor? Can I do that? No, I can't. Then I'm like, what if I? Because I don't hate editing, but I also like am not good at it. Um, so it's more like, yeah, I couldn't be like, I'll edit your video, you edit mine, because my editing sucks. No one would want something that I edited. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It is a fun toy though. It is fun, and I think if I once I get to the right size, if I can do that and not have the marble like, pop out, I think that it'll be perfect. But it's a fun little toy. Again, I'm not 1000% sure I love these candy wrappers, but they're good enough. Good enough. Yeah. So I will have this pattern up soon, hopefully. I wanted to have another pattern out by tomorrow. Like that was my initial plan, but that's not happening. If I get anything out, it's gonna be this pattern. And then the Packer pattern. Um, yeah, because I had this like we wanted to do there's this, like the night before Halloween is like mischief night, and which I had never heard of, but apparently it is. And so we had both planned on kind of these tricks, like these like gag gif, like funny things. But there's no way I can make something. So I still think it's a funny thing that I can do another time. So I'll do, I'll do that, and I won't do. Uh, I'll do that at a later date. So it's fun though. And I originally wrote this so it would be 2 colors instead of 4 colors that are spiraling, because that's how the channels for the marble are sewn. So I might do my 5mm version because this is a 4. I might do my 5mm version um, uh, with 2 colors so people can see what it looks like. So, just like this, boop, 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 boop. Or it looks like a little like angel candy. Or you can just do the circle. That's fine too. Do the spiral. I don't understand why. Pillow size one would be cool too. Oh yeah, that would be very cool. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't have the size of um, the the stripes getting bigger and bigger. I feel like that would be cool to see what it looks like to have the sizes getting bigger and bigger. I That would be a cool holiday version of this to have that to see what that looks like, because I feel like part of the when you look at the spiral candies that are like the peppermints that are like white and red, it continues to get bigger and bigger as it gets out. And I feel like I've seen some of those pillows, but I don't know how they're done because I've never really like looked at one that intensely. So I'll have to check because that would be fun. That'd be a nice thing to do for the holidays if you decorate for the holidays. So I like that, Chris. I'm definitely stealing that idea. And I'm writing it down right now. Right meow. Why did they have my boy looking like this on the internet? Willy Wonka inspired bedroom. That's so cool. That would be really fun. Crystal sent me something. It was like someone who decorated their porch with like a bunch of like larger like than life size candy like designs and stuff like that, but they're all like um contractor paper and paint and stuff like that. So like I wonder if I could get that level of detail on some things. That would be really cool. Gonna write it down. Crochet pattern. Yes. Yeah. So now that we are at about 2 hours in, again, my brain doesn't have a whole lot. I get a little bit of a second wind, but I'm ready to go eat dinner. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, I'll be doing more lives now that I'm not stressed beyond all belief about Halloween. But I hope you have a good night. And I plan on being live on the 31st, or at least putting a video up on the 31st about the winner of bingo. So if you have not seen the bingo board, you can look at my posts on my community tab, and that will bring you to the link for my bingo for the bingo boards if you want to win something for my birthday giveaway. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you later.